Good morning. I have done a couple of videos that show a typical school day for us this school year, but I have not done a video on what school looks like on the days where we are out of the house a little bit. And I just think in this season of homeschooling with middle and high school, where we're being really diligent to do work in all of the pockets of time that we get, that it would be a video worth sharing. So today I'm going to show you what school looks like for us on days where we have Bible study, what life looks like for us, like when we're out of the house. So it's almost 7. I'm going to wake the kids up now. And I'll make them their breakfast, and then I'll show you the little chart that I have written down. But we basically try to have our older kids get a little bit of schoolwork done before we leave, and we leave around like 10. And then when we come home after lunchtime, bless you, buddy, that was my dog. When we come home after lunchtime, you know, when I just had younger kids, we would be done for the day. Like going to a Bible study together I would have been like, that's school for the day. But now we have lots on our plates, and the lists are long every week of schoolwork to be done. So now when we come home from our Bible studies, when we do our handcraft each week, which is watercolor, before all the afternoon things get started. So thought I'd do a little day in the life today just to show you what things look like in our organized chaos kind of days. So let me go ahead and get the kids and we'll get this show on the road. Right, it's still a little dark in my house, but I will show you. I've been writing down a little morning chart for them for the last couple of weeks, just because days have been a little off schedule because we had our break recently, so it's just been helping everyone get back on track. And then I'll erase it and write our actual, usually I'll write like our bird study and some memory work and things up here as school's going on, but overnight or at night I'll write this. So today I just have the reminder for them. We've got breakfast coming and to do their morning routines. Then for my older two, before we leave for our Bible study, I want them to do their science and math, and then Jesse has a little report that he needs to make sure he brings with us to Bible study. Eli and Annie, I want them to each do their handwriting, and then Eli, I want him to do his math as well. Normally, between the hours of like 8 and 10, we're sitting down and doing morning basket together. This is the only day of the week where we don't do that. So I just focus on their independent work on this day of the week. And then at 9:30 or so, I want them to all stop. We stop wherever we're at, whatever we're doing, and we get our Stanleys, our Bible study books, and we're getting ready to get on the road at 10. All right, breakfast is served. And only half my crew is actually awake. You got Muffin? She is so sweet and squishy in the morning. We call her fresh out of the oven because she's just so soft and cuddles. She like cuddles so sweet in the mornings, and then she wants to see every sibling and she'll say their names. Are you gonna eat your muffin? Do you love everybody? Oh, hi.
Hi.
Is that Sissy? You guys finish your breakfast, and there's instructions on the board for you. She is finishing her breakfast. She's gonna do it myself phase. So there's usually a BATH after breakfast. I don't want to say it because she'll get too excited. Oh my goodness, you goofball. All right, we've got science going on over here. We've got science going on in here. We've got math going on over here. All right, and today in our Bible study, we have a fellowship, which means that it's like if you've ever done like a CBS before, it means you have a little less Bible study time and a little bit of time to get to know the ladies in your class, because community Bible study is a very like focused, they're super focused on the lesson. They have rules about like you can't bring in additional resources, like you can't quote other authors or pastors, like it's the Bible, referencing the Bible, which so you can be from like any denomination, and it stays very focused. And they're very strict on timing, like class is over, time for lecture, time for this, time for that. So once a month, you do a fellowship where you have less lesson time and just there's like a group question. You spend like a half an hour discussing the question together, and it's like a personal time to get to know each other, especially because CBS is mixed age groups. So we have, you know, a young mom who's like 22 in our group, and then we have people all the way up to like 82 in our group. So it's a nice way to get to know each other. So I made a pumpkin espresso bundt cake, coffee cake, whatever you want to call it. I like this because it's made with whole wheat flour. I'll link the recipe down below. It's like a pumpkin cake with like a cinnamon brown sugar espresso swirl through it, and then you coat it with some coffee and sugar mixed together. So I made this cake yesterday, but I made a little extra coffee this morning when I made it so that this would be warm. You're supposed to do it when it's warm, but I didn't want it to get soggy, so I decided I would just coat it this morning before we head out the door. So as soon as I do this, I got the girls' hair to finish up, the little girls, and then I'll throw our lunches in the cooler and start getting ready. All right, here we are. I've got LaCroix for the kids who want it. I've got sandwiches that I packed last night, ham and cheese. This is Farmhouse on Boone's sourdough sandwich bread recipe. I love packing these the night before, or making these the night before when I'm cleaning up dinner. It saves me time in the morning. Even though we don't have to leave our house until like, it's at 10:30, so we don't have to leave our house till like 9:45 or 10. It seems like I'll have time in the morning, but just with getting the kids' schoolwork going and other things that it takes to get our family of six of us out of the door, I like to prep the night before. And then I've got Annie going around being chip lady, asking everybody what kind of chips they want, and I'm just gonna grab some mandarins. And we, what? Jojo got 2 bags. Jojo, you think you can have some chips? And then we eat lunch in the car on the way home so that we don't waste any of the time we have for our handcraft. Cause it's like a 30-minute drive for us, so. So funny thing about Josie, every time I see a picture or pick her up from her Bible study, she's got somebody else's snack, and I send her with so many snacks, but the teachers are very sweet and just like love her, and they call her the snack queen. She just loves to eat when she's there, and she like walks right in and points at their little snack cabinet. She knows what's going on when we get there. She's like, bye mom, I'm here for snacks. So I fill her bag with snacks just so she doesn't take anyone else's. So she's got applesauce. I'm putting in a little one of these little granola bars, these Jammy Sammies. I'm gonna put in a little food pouch, and I've got baby goldfish in here and whole grain crackers, and I guarantee you she'll still eat like their puffs and stuff. She loves to eat, little snack queen. Literally like the most yellow lighting in my pantry, but every morning I do some EndoFlex. I'll add a little bit of Valor, keep the peace. And I also do some Progessence Plus every morning. And if it's a real tough day, we've got some White Angelica, but doing good so far. All right, we just got home. It is about 1:15. The kids are unloading the car. They ate their lunches in the car, and the baby fell asleep, which is great. So I've got the sound machine on for her. She's gonna nap, and usually I'll give the kids like a half an hour to unwind, put their stuff away, and then we'll start our watercolor. But because the baby just fell asleep, I'm like, let's do 10 minutes. Oh, buddy, my coffee's spilling. 10 minutes, we'll regroup at the table, and we're gonna utilize her nap time to do our watercolor. I'll watercolor along with them, and I'll usually have to finish mine later because she typically wakes up in the middle of the lesson, but because she's already asleep, we're gonna hop to it right away. So this is the tutorial we're doing today. Let's paint a wheat field by Let's Make Art. It's on YouTube, and we just use their free watercolor lessons online. We don't buy their kits and, you know, subscribe to all that stuff. It's just too costly for our family of, you know, 4 students plus myself. So we use our own watercolors and then just follow along with their tutorial. We use watercolor tubes. Sometimes we use the cakes like this, like if we want specific colors. But today we are going to be using these Dr. P.H. Martin's liquid watercolors. There's a conversion chart on the Let's Make Art website because they have their own liquid company called Dandelion Paint Co., I believe, but I have these Dr. P.H. Martin ones. And then, like I said, sometimes we use the tubes. I teach nature journaling, and we're doing some watercolor at co-op. And for that, I have the tubes, and I water them down, or the kids do. I teach them how to do that because I have like 30 students, so a little goes a long way. But here at home for the last few weeks, we've been using this. And it's just personal preference, although sometimes I like using this as well, and I think the kids really like using the tubes, right, Jessie?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're doing a lot of mixing today with different colors, and so we're gonna do these, and here we go.
5 steps. Also, cleaning here with me. Will you tell me where to walk?
All right, this is where we're at so far. So we've got, sorry, Bella's listening to some of the cheers she's gotta do today. We're at a point of stopping, pressing pause, and letting our colors dry before we add the foreground. Bella is getting ready. Let me flip this. Bella is getting ready she has cheer, and on this day of the week, the cheerleaders have a smaller practice, like an additional 15-minute practice, where they run drills with the football players, and then they all get Chick-fil-A together. They have Chick-fil-A delivered for everyone. It's very sweet. This football program is amazing. I have been so thankful to be a part of, to have her and just all the families to be a part of their football program. Jessie will now be playing next year. My mama heart is having a hard time. But the coaches are so inclusive with the girls. They want to make sure the girls have as much a chance to do all the activities as the boys do. So the cheerleaders are invited to watch tapes when the guys are watching tapes. Anytime they charter a bus, they all ride together. It's a lot of team bonding. They always eat a meal together after away games. They have this weekly tradition where they're together doing, what's the thing called that you hit, Bella?
What, the sled?
The sled. They like that 3 sled thing where they all like hit it with their shoulders and run it across the field. So the girls do that. They do all sorts of different drills for about 15 to 20 minutes, one day a week with the team. The cheerleading practice and the football practice at the same time, just on opposite sides of the field, but they're always cheering each other on. It's really cool. I think this is just such a great program. I'm so thankful that we went out of our comfort zone a little bit and followed Bella's lead on this one. It's been great for our whole family. Football games have been so fun. Yeah, it's been great. And we've just gotten to know all the other families, having a great time. So here's your sign to take a leap of faith if your kids want to participate in a school sport. Crazy. Lots of opportunities for homeschoolers, at least in the state that we live in, to participate in both public and private school sports. So she's getting ready for that. She gets dropped off there, and then she's there. They get Chick-fil-A. Same time she finishes up today, the boys have judo today. John and I are gonna divide and conquer today, although sometimes it's like I'll take them to judo, go pick her up, go pick them up, drop her off at dance. She has an hour-long window between cheer and dance. She doesn't get home from dance till 9:30 this day. So instead of doing that runaround, John's gonna just take the boys to judo, and I'm gonna bring her home. So she has 20, 30 minutes at home to just refresh, have a protein shake, and then she heads to dance for 2 hours tonight. And then she eats dinner at like 9:30 when she gets home. So we've got cheer, judo, dance for my boys and Bella. Annie's off of dance today, and Josie, thankfully, is not in anything yet. So that's what's on the agenda. She's getting ready for that while this is drying, and then we'll see if we have time for her. Sometimes she finishes later if it's a project that's done in 2 parts with drying time. Sometimes she's able to finish beforehand. It all just depends. But typically she watches the YouTube video when she gets home that night and just finishes it up, and that's life. So it's fun though. We enjoy doing this together as often as possible. Yay, all done. Jessie, was this one of your favorites so far?
Yeah, one of my favorites, definitely.
Side left.
All right. Nice, E. I love it. Here's where Bella's at so far. This is the point where she left.
Are you gonna rip on me?
Then I'm waiting because I added some more at the bottom, so I'm waiting on mine to dry. Yay! Yay! I am super happy with the way this turned out. The kids were all so proud of their work. And I am on.
Caller number 29.
I'm on a customer service phone call. And let's
such is life. Of course, it's like 4 o'clock and I'm waiting for a customer service phone call and I've got a mess to clean up. It never ends. This is like the permanent witching hour for the rest of my life forever. All right, kids have been playing outside for the last couple of hours, as they do most days right now. It's beautiful weather. And I've been walking around, just kind of working on things, walking around aimlessly half the time, so tired. And then I realized 2 things. One, I never made my coffee. I usually make a second coffee in the afternoons when I get home before I put the baby down, but because the baby was napping, I got distracted and didn't do it. 2, all of the curtains in my house have been closed all day because we got up, got going, and then got out the door, and half the lights in my house are not on. So I've been like walking around like in the dark in half my house. So time to like wake the house up and get moving, because I'm gonna have to start cooking dinner here soon. So, one of those days. I think it's kind of cloudy out today. It's like I could use a nap or a coffee. So we got nervous because we thought we left baby at the church, but look who we have. Jojo, look, who's this? Who's that? Baby. Do you love her? Oh, did you miss her? Mommy got real scared. I thought I left baby at the church. Oh, here she goes. Skip, skip, skip to my Lou. Skip, skip, skip. You're so cute. Skip, skip, skip. Skip, skip, skip. Yeah. Got all the laundry hung. Got other laundry sorted. Here's my final pile. If you guys knew, I broke my foot. I'm out of the boot for the first time now, and I had this entire couch covered with all the laundry that I had to do. Yesterday, John helped me sort it all. I literally had I was behind by at least a couple weeks on laundry. Oh, did they go outside without you? I just had no speed with going out to the laundry room, so we were only washing things as needed. So I finally caught up, and I literally had this entire couch filled. John helped me so much last night, and then things are hung, things got put in rooms this afternoon, things are put away, and now we have one last hang up pile. I actually just have to go collect hangers from all the closets to hang, iron anything that needs to be ironed, you know, with all the extra time I have, and then get that bit done, and we'll have our living room back. Did the kids go outside without you? Yeah. 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 Here she goes. Yay! You strong girl. Woo! What? What? Is it sticky? All right, Annie ditched me. She wanted to go with John to judo with the boys. I finally got around to making my, I switched to my phone cameras so I could charge my other camera, and I don't know where to look now. I finally got around to making my latte. I did a brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso at home, and baby and I are going, unhappy baby and I are going to get Bella, bring her home. I'm gonna start dinner while it's cool, while a portion of it's cooling. I'm gonna run Bella to dance with the baby again, and then I'll come home to bake the rest of dinner. I do it for my kids. I love to see them thriving. But is there anything like being picked up from the high school with Humpty Dumpty blasting out the window?
Oh my gosh.
Trying to help you have a good high school experience, but
I didn't even think about that. I thought you meant just so I wasn't like annoyed when I got in the car. That
no, I was thinking about the fact that everyone was standing there.
Low power.
Josie Bear.
Yeah, that.
Okay.
That's pretty funny. I didn't realize.
Bella's like stretched one hand with the baby and one hand here, hand her my sunglasses.
I mean, it was mostly like, it was just like our friends sitting there. I didn't know that there's a baby in the car. So.
Oh yeah, that's right, you didn't know. I'm just jamming out to help you up. You did. It was in my bra. I don't know, nursing mom life. Oh, okay. But you had fun doing football practice today?
Yeah, we actually got to play a mini game with groups of 3. I'm the quarterback, I asked personally.
Nice, nice.
Because I can't catch anything.
That's why.
And coach actually, my coach, not the football coach, my cheer coach told me how to catch a football, unfortunately. Not unfortunately.
Brown sugar oat milk.
It's really good.
Hokey dokes. All right, I'm...
You are both leaning to the right, so this side of the painting has a strong direction where this side looks a little bit
Interesting. I'm home with Bella and Josie. Bella is finishing her art for fun, and then she's got to go to dance. She'll probably have a little snack before she heads out. I'm starting to cook dinner. About the time John and the boys get home, I'll run Bella to dance. What kind of a mess do we have going on over here? All right, well, I have to do dishes too, whatever. But John will get home. I'll put the dinner in the oven, and it's gonna go in for like a half an hour, which is perfect. So while I'm running Bella to dance, it'll be cooking, and then we'll have dinner. Most nights my dad comes over for dinner as well. But tonight he is at home group for our church. He goes to a home group this night. So, so sorry, distracted. Tonight we are having the Farmhouse on Boone sourdough skillet meal. It's such an easy go-to dinner. It's basically cook ground beef or whatever. I have a girlfriend who does venison, and it's so good with venison. But cook ground beef, peppers, onions, mushrooms, corn, whatever veggies you have in your fridge to use up. And then you do a little mixture with your sourdough starter. You just take your starter or discard and add some eggs, baking soda or baking powder, and then I add like salt and pepper and seasonings to the meat and all that. You pour that mixture over top, sprinkle it with cheese, and then bake it. And it's almost like a pot pie kind of thing. And then I've done it before as well, where I cook the ground beef and add like enchilada sauce, and then make the, I made cornbread, sourdough cornbread, and poured that on top. So I did like a tamale pie, but sourdough. It was really good too. So it's just so easy, 30-minute kind of meal. So cooking that up while Bella finishes that, gets ready for dance, and then one last round of running people places, and we'll have dinner. And then I'll do dishes, and maybe I'll finish that laundry, but probably won't. I'll probably just have to do dishes. I'm literally the messiest cook. Like, there's salt and corn. I don't understand. I don't understand. It doesn't feel that crazy when I'm doing it. All right, pouring this on top. I gotta grate some cheese real quick, and then I gotta get girlfriend to dance. John is almost home. We're gonna do a quick switcheroo. I forgot to mix the melted butter in, so I just poured it on top. I'm like mixing it on top. Nobody tell anyone. We'll see. That's what happens when I'm in a rush. Oh well. Alrighty. Hopefully that butter switcheroo works out just fine. Dinner's out of the oven, and we're ready to eat. Alright, this is where I'm gonna end the video for the evening. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me on a busy in and out of the house kind of day for school. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you are a mom of a homeschool high schooler, does it feel this way for you too? You have to just utilize all little pockets of time so you don't get behind. I know it's like behind too, but we are out of the house 2 days a week right now. So we just have to be really good about getting stuff done. So if you have middle or high schoolers, let me know if that's how life is for you right now. And I will see you soon. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Bye guys.